Sometimes in life, everything you plan for, everything that you think you're going to do, changes. Last night, that happened to me in the blink of an eye. For a while now, I've been doing woodworking. I really enjoy the act of woodworking. I've built stuff for the dojo, I've built gifts, I've built things that I enjoy. And you try to be safe. You try to make sure that you're paying attention and you're following all the right steps. And even then, accidents can happen. And in a quick moment, faster than I could understand, my table saw reminded me how good it is at cutting. And now I get to find out whether or not I get to keep one of my fingers. I'm disappointed. I feel foolish. I'm now one of the statistics for shop-related injuries. I feel disappointed that I may not be able to continue to meet that goal that I've had of releasing a video every single week. I'm almost to 5 years of doing that every single week without fail. And that might be difficult now. And I'm feeling a lot of emotions. But if there's any emotion driving through all of it, running underneath all of it, is that I'm not done. That I can do this. That everything's going to be fine. That I will find a way to do it. I hope that you'll have patience with me as I get everything sorted out. The next steps are unclear. It's not fully severed. It's still attached. Flexor tendon is still intact. Extensor tendon, not so much. At least one of the arteries, maybe both, is still attached. There's blood flow to the tip of the finger. That's a good sign. But yeah, my perspective suddenly has changed. My focus, the things that I thought I was going to do last night, today, this weekend, this week, this month, the things that I thought that I was going to be doing, now I've got to go see what my next steps are and what the recovery looks like and whether or not I can still count to 10 easily. So this video is a little bit of an apology. I've made it almost to 5 years, posting every week. Right now, depending on what editing is like, and who knows, I'm trying to do this in a one-shot so that I don't have to do too much editing on this video. Depending on what editing is like, it might be a minute before I do some posting. I'm going to have to go see the surgeon on Monday and have a consultation, figure out what the next steps are, and determine what my recovery's like. And this is my right hand. It's the hand that I use for everything. In fact, even taking pictures and stuff, you realize they don't make left-handed cameras. There are many things that are not built, especially not things that I own, that are built for being left-handed. I do everything with my right hand. And right now, I'm just trying to keep that fingertip alive so that I can hopefully regain all of my abilities. Class will change. It'll be a group effort. Everybody's going to have to rally around and help. I'm not done. I've already taught class today. For what it's worth, I've already cut on the table saw again. I was going to talk about that in a minute. Maybe I talk about it right now. As soon as I got back from the emergency room, it was emotional. I was scared. I'm going to tell you, I was very scared. And thinking about it, realizing how scared I was, I cried on the way home. But I knew that no matter how scared I was, I needed to get back on the table saw and make at least one more cut, make another cut, and make sure that I knew that I could do it, that things done safely, done right, that it can go right. I've made cuts over and over and over again, and bad things haven't happened. One momentary time. I went to pick something up. I was just a touch closer to that blade than I should have been, and it yanked my hand in, and like that, faster than I could even understand. I didn't even understand what had happened. And then when I saw my finger hanging there, it was like I was looking at somebody else's hand. Just that quick, it can make a change. But I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to stop woodworking. I don't want to never touch a table saw again. So I got home and I made another cut. And it was scary. But sometimes we have things happen where what happens next determines the outcome. The thing determines the potential. What happens next determines the outcome. Waiting weeks or months before I got back on that table saw, I may have never gotten back on that table saw. I've known different people who have had different injuries and different things who they've had to go do that thing again. Had a friend who watches the channel who did gymnastics and had seen people have injuries and then have the coach be like, do it again, and then we'll take you to the hospital. And that idea was built around getting around that fear. That fear can prevent you from ever doing anything again. The unknown, it can prevent you from ever doing that thing again. Bad things happen. Accidents happen. The potential is created for what happens next. But it's what you choose to do that determines whether or not you will be down this path or down this other path. I hope to continue woodworking. I was literally thinking to myself, looking out into this beautiful backyard, live on a creek, and just setting up the tools and realizing that I really love woodworking. I love doing it. It'd be less than 15 minutes before I stopped doing it suddenly and got to spend the night in the emergency room instead. But that moment still happened. I love woodworking. So now it's a matter of how do I make sure that I can continue to do woodworking? It obviously affects my martial arts. Right now, I can't. We have so many people joining jiu-jitsu right now. I'm so thankful. I just got back from Saratoga getting to train with Roy Dean and Rick Ellis and a bunch of people, and I'm so thankful that I got a chance to do that before this happened, because that would not have been an option then. And I have a lot of people starting, and I'm so thankful that I have people on the mat who can help me. I can be in there to guide and to help, but I can't show things right now. I can't do this stuff. I can't hit. I just got new gloves and new things that I'm working through for sparring gear. I can't do anything with that. I can't test it out or do anything. We've been doing a lot of drills. I can't do those drills anymore. When it comes to the stick work, I can't hold the stick. I can put one in my other hand, but you create a lot of tension in the rest of your body when you do that. And I got to be careful. I don't want to waste the opportunity to save this. Worst case, I lose a finger, or at least most of one, and it will change what I'm able to do, but it's so much better than it could be because my options would be so much less if I lost like a whole hand, right? I still have this. It was my middle finger, right? So I have these, which are really useful for like detail things, and I can make a whole fist. I just might not have everything to work with. To be determined. But for now, I've got to be careful. I've got to make sure that I don't make it worse, that I don't waste the opportunity that might still be here. And that means changes. But mostly, this video is a reminder that things can change very quickly. You can take a lot of things for granted. Accidents can happen. You can get injured while you train. You can get hit by a car on the way to or from training. Any kind of thing can happen. And in a blink of an eye, everything can change. And your perspectives, your thoughts, your feelings, your plans, your goals, your aspirations, your life can change. Chase the things that you want to accomplish. Know what makes you happy. Push for those things. And don't waste the opportunities that you have, because you don't know when those opportunities might go away. And if they do go away, see what you can do to recapture them. And if you can't, see what you can do to pivot, to find another love. Maybe just from a different perspective on the same thing, or maybe a different thing altogether, but find what your options are and pursue it. Recently, I commissioned Dan Bernardo to brush some calligraphy for me that says to be unstoppable. In fact, I think I put that calligraphy on some shirts and stuff in my shop that you can get to down below. And on the back of the shirt, it says, I am unstoppable. Because I think no matter what happens, no matter what challenges we face, no matter what things get in our way, If we want something, we need to go for it. And if we want to accomplish things, we need to chase them. And no matter what gets in our way, we need to be unstoppable. Doesn't always mean that we'll get to do it the way we wanted to do it. That we'll get to do it exactly what we wanted to do, the way we wanted to do it, every single time, all the way through. It means that sometimes we might have to change, we might have to pivot, we might have to look at other perspectives, other options. We might have to find different ways to approach things. But be unstoppable. I will be. I will find a way. No matter what happens next, I will find a way to pursue the things that I love with the people that I love so that I can continue to chase the things that make me happy, the things that bring me joy, the things I want to do with my life. So if you're going through a difficult time, if things are happening outside of your control, changes are happening, or maybe they happened a while ago and you're still trying to figure it out, I hope that you continue. I hope that you are unstoppable. I hope that you find your way through. And if you need to, drop a comment, shoot me an email. I'm here to talk to you. Find a way. You are unstoppable. I know you can do it. And I know that I will, likewise, continue to push forward. And I'm not going to let something like this change everything for me.